everyone, welcome back to the 3-Hour News Show, and we are here at the See the Story segment, our favorite segment. Not only me and Kaya Surya, but we have guests. But before we introduce them, we know that, when you talk about anak marginal, we call it in Indonesian, or marginal children refers to those in lower class families where their parents have economic limitations in sending their young ones to school. Now, the education, as we know, is a right for every children.
That is right. And nowadays, there are several communities that are already concerned with helping children enjoy their right to education and play. And one of which is Sahabat Anak. Let's take a look.
Sahabat Anak started from an event in 1997 where volunteers gathered to make changes for marginalized children to have a better life while enjoying their rights. Volunteers would make routine activities by creating classes to teach them an informal curriculum program that suits the needs of these children. Sahabat Anak currently has 6 education centers spread across Jakarta. We certainly want to know more about the Sahabat Anak Foundation, and we have Ibu Lina or Kak Lina and Kak Friska already in the studio. The so-called Kak is actually just a calling for a sis or big sis, right?
Yeah, that's
big
right.
sisters. So they can't be old because everyone calls them sisters.
Yes, forever young.
Forever young.
Join Sahabat Anak.
Yes, yes.
So
you guys look great. So.
yeah, you guys look great.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
Oh, thank you. That's an honor. So basically, you started this in 1997, if I'm not mistaken. So what was the trigger that you started this foundation for the marginalized children?
You know that back then at 97, there's an economic crisis that happened in Southeast Asia, and in Indonesia especially is very affected by that situation. And Jakarta is more full with street children at that time. Back then, we still in universities, so we're still university students. We school in Depok area, so we use public transportation, even it's train or buses. Every public transportation that we take, we see in every different site there is street children. And every time that we stop for the red lights, there will be street children to come and
Asking for money.
Yeah, asking for money. At that time, we thought the street, it giving them money, but actually what we should give to them. Because the money that that the people give is usually is not for the children, it's for the family, it's for the family to find the rent and everything. So that time we realized that we need to do something. We need to give them time to play. We need to ask them to be like children, like they used to be. So we asked them to play with us. So that is the moment that we started this movement, because at that time we still school, we are still in university, so we're not yet as a foundation at that time.
Okay, so you started because you saw a lot of street children in Jakarta. This is urban city. This is one of the most developed cities in Indonesia, let alone in other regions of Indonesia, right? So is there any criteria for a street child to join your foundation?
Well, we are welcome for all of criteria of the street children. Nowadays, there are kind of different situation and different characteristics for the street children. Now we are facing not only street singers or street buskers, but also tissue paper sellers, silvermen, street clowns, and also children living in a moving cart with their families.
We've seen that.
So that's kind of children, we welcome them also from the poor or underprivileged family. Well, for some theory, they give like 3 criteria of street children. First is children off the street. They are 24 hours on the street. They are not having home or not coming back home to their families. And the second category is children on the street. They still have home, they still have family, but
Most of
they
their
work
times.
on the
Okay.
street just for collecting monies. And the last category is children vulnerable to be on the street. It's just take this moment when they have like a physical or sexual harassment or anything, they can enter the second or first category.
Yeah, it's certainly very worrisome because we thought that in '97 we've only met like very limited amount kinds of street children, and now it's developed to even so many more.
Bigger, yes.
And how do you recruit? Do you recruit the street children, or do the street children come to you? Because
must go to them, right?
Because
Catched.
because when I put myself in their shoes, right,
Yeah.
they're doing what they think is necessary for them. They might not be aware that it is their right to have education, or how do these street children know about you?
We do it both ways. So sometimes they come to us through, at first it mentioned, from the video it mentioned we have 6 areas, but now we have 8 areas in Jakarta and surroundings. And they come to the free tutorial classes at the 8 areas, or they come to our non-formal education or our preschool, kindergarten, PAUD, PAUD.
Okay.
It's free for them, for the free school children. Also for a program like advocacy,
Yeah.
for birth certificates. They are facing for lack of documentation.
That's right.
Since their parents haven't got like any legal documentation in the city.
Yeah.
And we also do it like an outreach to the children. We are having like a program, our annual program called Jambore Sahabat Anak for commemorating the National Children's Day
coming
for
soon.
23rd July. And our recruiting team is like visiting some urban areas and making assessment and inviting the children to come to the event or our programs. We do it both ways.
Has there been any obstacles or challenges when you tried to pick them up from the street? Because these children are on the streets because somebody else told them to do that. So maybe
Or
there's...
they didn't see any other way.
Yeah, maybe like there was a big sort of like...
A big controlling
the main
hand.
controllers, yes, the main controllers of
Scary,
these
isn't
children. What about them? I mean, how do you go over them and tell them that, hey, these kids need some, to know about their rights?
Let the experts say.
Oh, okay. The expert.
It's very well known in
Please,
the
Ka.
street,
Go ahead.
on the street.
Yes, because we started this foundation as a volunteers as well. So that's how we came up with the name Sahabat Anak actually.
Like a friend to them.
Yes, so we come to the street as their friends because actually children thought that a person that is not in their community is someone that doesn't like them. They feels that if someone that is just like
stranger?
strangers, especially we have come with the outfit of work, like like very neat like that. So by the time that we talk, they will just like
Mistrusting.
mistrusting. So at first we introduce ourselves, of course, and in Sahabat Anak we also like to know the parents as well because here we fight for the street for the rights of the children and also protecting. So we believe that the parents is the person that we also have to
Approach.
yes, approach. So by the power of friendship, so we come and introduce ourselves, and then we ask the children, let us know your parents, and we also tell the parents what we are doing.
Yeah.
So the first thing that we say that we want to help your children to know more about readings, and then one of the most important things, district children is not, and also the family, they not really care about the hygiene and also healthcare. So every time that we go on the streets, we always pack like small
Kids. Hygiene
first
kits.
aid. Yes, first aid, and then that is a nice thing to do. By the time that we talk, and then we see, oh, you have something dirt or you got hurt in your hands. Let me help you.
A little
Like
boo.
that.
A little
Yes.
bit, yeah. I think that's
Yes,
nice
that's
for the
correct.
kids.
Give them human touch.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe they never got that kind
Yes.
of care or something like that from the parents.
How challenging has it been though? Because you did mention that it is very important to approach the parents as well. Because it could also be that the situation is the parents are not aware that the children can have these opportunities as well. How challenging has it been? Because sometimes I've heard stories of other communities trying to reach out to parents, and the parents will say they have to make money because you know this and this and this. But how were you able to convince the parents that look, your children have a right for playing and education, and you need to give them this opportunity?
We visit them as many as we can. So because we are worker, so we kind of take shift. Like we make like 3 times in a week, and then or if we don't make time, so we can every Friday or so we spend like our me time together with friends by visiting the parents, just heard what they have with these life problems. So actually, to become friends to the children, we need to make friends also with the family, to the parents. So the struggling, of course, not stop as we know the parents, because by the time that we take 2 hours of the children's time when they earn money, because the volunteers time to be able to teach the children every weekend, which every weekend the Jakarta goes to malls, they are on
cinemas.
Streets.
Yeah, a lot of traffic on the
Yes,
road.
and that's the money time for them.
Yeah.
Street family. So it's hard at the first time. It's very, very hard. Because by the time the parents agree for us to take the children, but might at home, the children will get punished. Because
They're not able to maximize
Yes.
on how much money they earn.
Wow.
Not reaching the target they
Yeah.
need.
Wow.
so it takes years. Like us, we start from 97, and now we able to get the trust from the parents, and even the parents will tell the neighbors, the new people that come to the street, to tell that, hey, you have to take your children to
Join Sahabat.
join Sahabat Anak. You can get scholarship. Your children able to go to school,
Amazing.
Nutrition,
meals, and they can even go to the places that other children might not able to go.
So
Like
you're
that.
saying that they can still do their job on the street,
Yes.
but at the same time you want to just have them having the time to go to your classes or courses. And then, do you have any statistics? I mean, you've approached them from 1997. Do you have like statistics to show that these children that we have approached and given, you know, education, care, and all that have, you know, become somebody, for example,
Yeah.
better future rather than just being on the street, just like the others?
From 8, I think from 8 areas. So we have like 5 areas that the children already able to become volunteers nowadays. And they even now become the leaders
Leaders
in
of the area.
in the board of that area, because in each of areas we have like what we call like committee.
Yeah.
Like committee of that area. So there's the head, the secretary, the treasurer, and we already have.
So they
That
can
is
better relate
amazing.
as well. They can,
Yeah.
you know, get
So
their
the
attention.
alumni
Alumni
teach the younger children in
Yeah.
the area, and they also become leaders in the local,
Yeah.
and they also become members of our committee program, like Jambore. You will find out there are lots of Jambore alumni.
So you collaborate with many parties then. I mean, you need the basic aids, and also you need the nutrition,
Yeah.
food, and etc., and maybe scholarships. How do you manage all this?
Where we sell merchandise.
Okay.
It's in our website. We sell a T-shirt that bringing the message about children's rights, about our country, nation, and everything. Also like a pillow, and
Yeah,
then
you
tumbler
mentioned
or tote bags, and also
There's also
we
campaign.
submit proposal
Yes.
for some companies or for some communities, and also from ourselves, and thanks to all the kakak-kakak, the volunteers,
volunteers
in the
was
area.
very
We
helpful.
cannot count how many cash
Yeah.
they already spent for being volunteer in Sahabat Anak, and also
there's also
campaign.
like campaigning
Yeah.
that actually not only Sahabat Anak that doing the campaign, but actually there's so many people that willing to help us, which we never know from where they
where.
are.
Yeah.
Even which I got surprised. The students of Indonesia in New York, they even raise fund for
Yeah.
us.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
PPPI.
Yeah.
And we are not talking only about cash, giving cash, but sometimes your professionality, your even
Experience,
goods like
yes.
milk, fresh milk in a bottle, or toiletries for
Yeah,
the
yeah.
children, or face mask, or hand sanitizer.
Product.
They're already like giving us something to the children.
Yeah, I mean that's amazing effort, and you know, who would not love to be involved to take care of the children in need. You've already mentioned that it's right to education, nutrition, and you also can you tell us more about the National Children's Day that will be celebrated on the July 23rd? You mentioned the Jambore.
Yes,
So what is this
I did.
infamous Jambore? Jambore sounds like fun. I remember
Yeah.
Pramuka Days.
Pramuka, the
Yeah.
Boy Scouts.
Camping day.
Yes,
Camping
camping
day.
day.
Having fun all the days.
Yeah.
So we started with Jambore Anak Jalanan or Street Children Jambore in 1997. And we gather the children, the marginalized children. So it is the special day in National Children's Day for them.
Where is it
Well-
going to be held? I mean, where?
In camping ground Ragunan.
Oh,
in
Before the
Ragunan.
zoo.
Yeah, before the
Before
zoo.
the zoo.
Yeah.
Close by.
Yeah, they are having fun, they play, we have a lot of games and a lot of children level workshop
Yeah.
and also a performance stage for them.
At the evening, we have
Yeah,
that
yeah.
stage performance that the children will perform.
And then aerobic in the morning.
Maybe a visit to
will
the zoo as well.
exercise.
Yeah, you should come, you just come and visit.
That sounds
lovely.
like a story. That is
Yeah.
very lovely.
Yeah.
And
So,
also there are 400
Yeah,
children will
400
be,
children.
like treated wonderfully by 200 volunteers.
Yeah.
Wow, so
Every 2 children will be accompanied by 1 volunteer.
So they will feel, the attention,
Yes.
everything
Yes.
from these 200
Yes,
volunteers.
yes.
wow, 200 volunteers. That's amazing. See, I've run events where getting just 10 volunteers is very difficult. But if you have the right cause and
A lot of
have been
sisters and
such-
brothers. I
A lot of sisters and brothers.
There.
That's right. And yeah, I mean that's amazing. Yeah.
Okay, so now, do you have any, you've seen how the enthusiasm of the children, are they really happy?
Yes, enthusiast to the max.
yeah.
Every time we meet them, they will always ask,
Ask about
when is the
Jambore?"
Jambore next year? Am I in? Am I invited? Because sometimes we have to make a waiting list for the children,
Okay.
and we make sure that not the same children that has been double or third times joining the Jambore. So
And also we invite our partners,
yeah,
our
not
other
only
organization
Sahabat
that
Anak,
also
yeah.
doing this wonderful job.
Yeah, we are inviting
Different
our
organizations from
partners
us.
that also serving children.
Oh.
And we also this year, Jambore, inviting children affected by the Cianjur earthquake.
Oh, okay.
They will joining us also.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some amazing effort because that means that there's a lot of logistics involved bringing all
Yeah.
the kids to.
Especially this pandemic eras, we make Jamboree by online. So
Oh.
this is actually
our
is a
first
very big Jamboree after the
On site.
The first one in a very long time.
COVID. Yes.
They've been
Wow,
waiting
we're
for so
back.
long,
Wow.
3 years.
We're back on the ground.
Yes.
Yeah, on the ground.
Wow.
So, do you have any unique stories? Like you've met a lot of kids, you've met a lot of marginalized kids. Do you have any unique story that you found from any of them?
Well, I think I go first, then Friska also got a lot of story. We got a lot of story, but I remember during pandemic, we still try to reach our children, even though not all of them having like a cell phone or having cell phone like lending from their sisters or from their fathers. They have problem with the internet data and everything. But we supply them like weekly or monthly. And I remember that some kids are being like the hygiene police in their homes.
Wow.
Like reminding their fathers who came from like work and then said, Ayah, you have to take a bath first before you touching me. Or like reminding their siblings to wash their hands, or like even they told the adults or the neighbors not together too close.
Yeah. Social
and
distance.
wear their face
Mask,
masks and everything. That's very impress us.
Yes.
That's leadership there.
It's leadership, and
Yeah,
they have this
leadership.
awareness to the highest level.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. So what
And
about you?
tell them about,
Tell us more.
Yeah, there are so many stories, but the one that I remember is actually not about me, about the volunteers in Grogol. Actually, there is one kid that living under the bridge with the two parents at that time. This girl is only like 6 years old, getting to the 7 years old. So by the time that people passing them, so people not really acknowledge this girl, but there's a friend of mine that go to this girl and asking to the parents about is the girl in school or not? But actually the parents say that not. So I don't know how to get the children get into school. So my friends tell that let me ask you to go to our tuition class, which we have every Sunday at that under the bridge.
Under the bridge.
Under the bridge.
Wow.
And then so we help. By the time at that moment, we also don't know how to enroll the child to the formal school. But at this time, this girl already graduated from bachelor degree, and then by the time that I go to her graduation day, and then the mom said that if I'm not, not answer your question,
If I did not take the chance
Yes.
to answer your question, she would have
she will not
become
able
anyone.
to
Go to
be
school.
this time.
Wow, it really
Oh, so
touched
she's
it,
now
touched you.
already,
She graduated.
from, wow, that's an amazing story. Wow. I mean,
Pays off
you
everything.
never know how just one small question or one touch can change
Yeah.
people's lives in the future.
And
So-
that girl being a role model for other children that still scared to dream, dare to dream high and everything.
Well, I hope she contributes. I hope she understands how important it is
Yeah.
to inspire the others to join your movement.
Yeah, most of the children, the alumni, is being the speakers and join the recruiter teams whenever
Yeah.
they come to the urban areas to visiting the children and assessing the children in that
because
area.
they are the story, right? They
Yeah.
are the
Yeah.
story, and they have the story worth sharing. So thank you for all
you so
that
much.
you do. Kalina,
Very welcome,
Kak Friska Kalina, because I'm really inspired because it is one of the toughest things to live in Jakarta, to see all these children, and it's if anything the pandemic has done, it's made it worse. And thank you for taking care of the children, not just in Jakarta, but its surrounding areas. And hopefully you get to touch even more areas, not just here, and have
Maybe
more
outside the city.
outside the city to the new capital city later. Hopefully it doesn't happen though. I hope the new capital city doesn't have street kids. That's what I hope.
Amen for that.
So
That's what I
that's
hope.
Sahabat Anak time to stop if there's no street children.
Yeah, we hope so.
Oh, okay. Maybe with a bigger, dream.
Yeah, I feel like you can already delegate, the things to the next generation because you
Right.
have success stories. And 1997 to 2023 is not a short time.
Yes,
and it's
indeed.
a timeline of, people from when you started to now. The kids might already have, have families, have their
Yeah.
jobs, and who
At
knows?
least we have
how
been
many-
omas or grandmothers.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing. So thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
for
much.
being here.
And
you.
please
Tell
come
us
on
the story.
22 and 23rd July
Hopefully.
Okay.
to Jambore Sahabat Anak.
In Ragunan
Ragunan.
Camping Ground.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for the invitation.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, so See the Stories will continue after the break with more information, so don't go anywhere.